How y'all doing tonight? It's good. Y'all raised almost $200,000. Okay, give it up for yourselves. Almost $200,000. And I did not hear one takbir. I did not hear one takbir. And I'm not Muslim, but I've always wanted to do it. Am I allowed to do it? Okay, takbir. 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 Oh man, I'm on a list now. This is great. Thank y'all so much for having me. That's great. I just love y'all's words. You know, takbir, Allahu Akbar, all these words, you know. Because y'all never just speak one language. Y'all speak English with Urdu words, or Urdu with English words, or English and Urdu with, with Arabic words. My favorite word y'all use, my favorite word is mashallah. That's my favorite word y'all use, mashallah. I feel so calm when I say it. Like, mashallah. I get the nur in my face. I get the, oh, mashallah. And I know what it means. I know what it means now, okay? I've learned what it means. But for a long time, I thought that mashallah was the most popular girl's name in Islam. It's true. Because I would meet people, and they would be like, hello, this is my daughter, mashallah. And I'm like, how you doing? Nice to meet you, mashallah. I'm Jeremy. This is my other daughter, mashallah. Whoa, okay. Got two girls named mashallah. Okay, that's cool. That's cool, that's fine. This is my son, mashallah. No, all your kids can't be named mashallah. Is it a last name? Is it a last name? Is that what it is? Okay, Mr. Mashallah. It's nice to meet you and your family. And then I would introduce my kids. No, I'd be like, this is my daughter. And they're like, yes, mashallah. I'm like, no. Her name is Jewel. Yes, Jewel, mashallah. No. Stop trying to change her name. Wait. Wait till she grows up and converts to Islam. Then you can change her name. Then you can change her name. But now her name is Jewel. I love the name mashallah. If I have more kids, I'm gonna name one of them mashallah. This is my daughter mashallah. This is my son alhamdulillah. This is my wife astaghfirullah. and she's gonna stay my wife inshallah, right? Inshallah. I don't know what subhanallah would be. That's like if your wife surprised you with a kid. Right? Your wife's like, I'm pregnant. You're like, oh, subhanallah. Okay. Well, that's his name, I guess. Subhanallah. I'm Jeremy, by the way. Jazakallah. Jezza, for short. Jazakallah. And, oh, what's up, man? How you doing? Mashallah, how you doing? I love y'all's free-range kids in the Muslim community. Just let them, just cage-free. Cage-free kids just running around. How you doing, man? What's up? Doing good? Oh, cool. Good for you. Good for you. All right. All right. Oh, man. Oh. This is gonna be cute for like 2 more seconds. It's cute. It's cute right now. And it's over cute. Okay. All right. Give it up for them. Give it up for much. No, yeah, y'all did awesome tonight, raising money for the Indus Hospital. That's why y'all are here, to raise money for the Indus Hospital. I personally am here to raise money to send to Pakistan to help defend them against India. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. Okay. Y'all raising $10,000 for like 10 artificial limbs. I am here for every $10,000. I will train pigeons. That's what I'm gonna do. The Pakistani spy pigeons. That's my job. I will train them to intercept Indian drones. That's what we'll do. $10,000. 8 kabuter. 8 kabuter. 8 kabuter for every $10,000. Meanwhile, Indus is sending artificial limbs. That makes us both arms dealers. What? That's a great joke. Come on. Arms dealers? What? Amazing. Oh, man. South Carolina. I don't know if any of you have ever been to South Carolina by accident. And those of you who have been to South Carolina, you were actually in North Carolina and you got confused. I like South Carolina. Like, it's interesting because, like, our cultures are very similar. Like, redneck white culture and then Pakistani culture, right? It's actually very similar. Like, there's a lot of animosity, there's a lot of confusion, but it's very similar. Like, you eat a lot, you pray all the time, right? Like, you take up guns against the U.S. government sometimes. Like, that's a very common thing in our families. My grandparents were cousins. That's something else we have in common, right? That's us. That's us. It's us. I don't know. I mean, growing up is interesting. I don't know. So okay. First of all, we are here raising money for the Indus Hospital so that people in Pakistan can have universal health care. I am very in support of this because no matter where I go in the world, I have universal health care. Okay? Because I know Pakistanis. Right? This is true. Whenever I'm on the road and I am sick, all I gotta do is just like tweet or something. I'm not feeling well. And within 5 miles of me, there's going to be a Pakistani who is a doctor. Or who thinks they're a doctor. So I anywhere in the world, I was in Australia and I was sick, and like, boom, taken care of, right? Right? Within 5 miles of me, there's always like a Pakistani who has antibiotics or Jashanda tea, right? One of those two things. Doctor thinks they're a doctor, it's good. Jashanda tea is amazing. This verse is actually really good. And I looked up the ingredients. It said online, it said that it was ephedra and poppies. I was like, so it's speed and heroin. That's great. What a great combination. That's a great combination. So I did not just pick Pakistan by accident. People ask me like how I got involved in Pakistan, like it was some charity thing, or like I threw a dart at a map and it just like hit, you know? But actually my backstory is, I used to be, this is before comedy, my job for most of my life was I worked in special ed. I worked with people with intellectual disabilities. And for like, from the age of like 15 to the age of 30, that's what I did, right? And I especially like to work with adults with autism, right? Not kids, you know, but like adults, like, you know, already out of the system and everything, adults with autism. And during that time, for several years, I had the privilege and challenge, and whatever you want to call it, of being a caregiver for 2 Pakistani guys with autism. And that's my background. And when they told me, they were like, you got 2 new guys, okay? And they're both Pakistani, and I was like, okay, it's no problem. And they were like, and they're both autistic, and I was like, okay, that's interesting. Okay, what's that gonna be like? And they're like, yeah, and one is Sunni and one is Shia. And I was like, oh man, that's gonna be a big problem. That's gonna be a big problem. They're gonna be fighting out the group home or whatever, you know? They did not care, right? Nobody cared. It was so chill. Because one of the things I've learned, and I learned this as a caregiver, I learned that the real schism in Islam is not Sunni and Shia, okay? It is whether biryani should have potatoes in it. That is the real schism in Islam. Like, the alu ya no alu, that is the thing. That's the, and for me, like cooking, I remember one of the guys, Saeed, okay? His mom was from Lahore, and his mom called me up, and she's got this really thick accent, and she's trying to explain to me over the phone how to make biryani for him. And it was my job to make food for the guys, and I'm like, I can do it. And at one point, she says, make sure that you put aloe in it. I know, I heard aloe. I know it's aloe, but I heard aloe. And I was like, okay, so like if it's too hot, if it's too spicy, that would like soothe their mouths. That makes sense, okay. Okay, so I did. I went to the store and I got all the ingredients, including aloe, mixed it up, served it to them, and they were like, this is disgusting. And I was like, why? And they're like, it tastes like soap, and there's no potatoes, no aloo. And I was like, oh no, I'm fired, aren't I? It's terrible. It's terrible. I loved it though. I loved being a caregiver to the guys, and it was interesting. So I had to learn about Pakistan, right? I had to learn about Pakistan, I had to learn about Islam, and because it was my job as their Christian caregiver to help them be good Muslims. That was on me, right? Their fiqh, their madhab, whatever you pronounce it, was just whatever I found on the internet. That was their school of thought, right? And back then, there was not Omar Sulman explaining the basics of Islam on YouTube, some nice guy explaining it. There wasn't that. All you did, you Googled Islam rules, whatever, and it was just black and white, people on monkey bars. The terrorist training camps, They did a lot of monkey bars. You remember those videos? They showed during the whole after 9/11, post 9/11, they were always on monkey bars. Just terrorism is very recess heavy, I guess. They're just on monkey bars. Oh man, okay, they're on monkey bars. This is intense. So I don't know. So I was okay. And also the only stuff about Islam that I ever knew was not Islam. It was Nation of Islam. That's what I was expecting, right? And I'm man, they're gonna hate white people. They're gonna hate white people, and I get there, and they're not Nation of Islam. They are Pakistani Muslim who love white people, right? Every time I go to Pakistan, it feels like I'm there to build a railroad. They are so happy to see me. They're so happy to see me. Gora, oh, okay, this is great. I'm all right, yeah. So, okay, it was my job. But I did it okay, right? My phone would go off, and I'd be guys, it's time to pray. It's time to pray. Now, I'm not going to pray. But you got to pray. You got to pray. It did get awkward during Ramadan sometimes. During Ramadan, we would be out in public, and I'd be taking the guys out, at the mall and stuff. And they would be can I have some food? And I'd be no. You can't have any food. They're can I have some, water? And I'm no, you can't have any food or water. And people would overhear me. And they would be why aren't you giving those disabled guys any, food or water? And I'm because they're Muslim. It's hate crime or something. It's terrible. It's terrible. Oh. Love it, though. So basically, yeah. So that was my background, right? Being a caregiver, learning about all that stuff. And then, let's go back to Alu. Let's go back to, raise your hand if you think biryani should have potatoes in it. Okay. Raise your hand if you think it should not have potatoes in it. Okay, that's a minority. It's a Shia percentage of the audience. We're anti-Alu. Okay. I don't know if y'all, do y'all like Imran Khan? Do you like Imran Khan? That's what I'm gonna do if a joke ever doesn't go well. I'm you guys like Imran Khan? Back to good. Anyway, you're all under arrest, by the way. Anyone who cheered, there's black Vigos outside waiting for you, take you away. It's intense. No, a couple years ago, before he was arrested, before he was put in prison, I got to interview Imran Khan over Twitter. We talked for an hour. It was awesome. And we talked about politics, religion, all that kind of stuff. And then at the very end, I said, Khan Saab, all my fans want to know, very important question, biryani, alu, ya no alu. And you know what he said? Alu. Alu. Captain has spoken. And for the next 24 hours, all of his supporters on Twitter had a little potato emoji next to their names. And then Sharif banned potatoes. I don't know. I don't know. Oh man. This is great. I started like y'all's word. I am trying to get better at Urdu, okay? But every time I get better, every time I go to Pakistan, I've been to Pakistan 5 times, right? I've been to Pakistan 5 times, and every time I go, my Urdu is pretty good at the end of my trip. And then it goes away, right? And, cause here's the thing, I've been sick for the past month. It's been horrible, I've been it's been awful. But the good thing is that while I've been sick, with just sinus infections, everything has been horrible, I have been able to pronounce Urdu for the first time in my life, just by being sick. I have to have a sinus infection in order to pronounce your language. It's true. Because there's There's words that sound the same, but it's the pronunciation. Stuff like gora, right? Gora, right? And then gora, which is the horse, right? It's the gora. Or there's like kurta, right? Kurta, and then there's kutta, right? It's kutta, the dog, right? Kutta, and then there's quota, which is the biryani in Lahore, right? That's what they serve. That's the donkey meat. That's the donkey biryani, the quota biryani they have in Lahore. I made a mistake. See, I did not know for a long time. I only recently found out that kutta was a bad word. I didn't know, because like, I love dogs. My wife loves dogs. She's a total dog person. We have a dog, right? But like, dogs here are like little toy things we have. And like in Pakistan, they're like beasts. Like, watch out for the dogs. Like it's an intense thing. They're not little cute little playthings, whatever. It's a very different culture, whatever. And I remember the first time I went to Pakistan, I got to be on PTV. Y'all watch PTV? I love PTV. I love it because there could be a coup going on. And no matter what is happening in Pakistan, there could be tanks in the streets, and they won't talk about it. They won't talk about it. They're talking about like agricultural news. Like Amrikan Sundi, right? They're talking about Amrikan Sundi, and I am backstage waiting to go to be interviewed. And Pete's there, Amrikan Sundi, and I'm like, am I? Am I Amrikan Sundi? That's gonna be my first album as a comedian. Jirmy, Amrikan Sundi coming in, spreading across Pakistan, destroying the cotton or something. I don't know. It's like a boll weevil, right? Weevil infection, fungal, I don't know. So, okay, but I get to go on PTV, right? I'm being interviewed, and I'm trying to say that my wife is a dog person. And because I'm trying to be nice and saying about my wife, and like, how's your wife? And I'm like, oh, Mary Bibi, Kutulog, Kuta Shaks, yeah, Mary Bibi, yeah, Mary Begum, Kutulog. And they're like, oh my God. They're like, how is she? And I'm like, and I'm trying to say awesome. And I say, oh, Mary Bibi, Zabardasti. Mary Bibi is Zabardasti. My family is Zabardasti. I'm Zabardasti. My kids are Zabardasti. Mary Bibi. Astagfirullah, you know her. Astagfirullah McClellan is Zabardasti. And they're just like, this guy hates his wife. He hates his wife. Yeah, dude. Oh man. Not run Marie. What's the phrase you use? Run Marie. Whenever I say anything nice about my wife on social media, these like Pakistani boy teenagers are like, run Marie, or the Zun Marie, or whatever, like impact. Like, Zun or run, I don't know. It's like Ramzan, Ramadan, who knows? What's that? Run Marie. That's him. He said run Marie because his wife told him to. Oh man. Now I remember. Okay, first time I went to Pakistan, I was a little nervous, right? Just a little bit nervous, right? I'm not afraid of things like that, okay? But my mom was making me nervous, all right? My mom, she's like, Jeremy, you're a Christian. If you go to Pakistan, someone's gonna kill you. And I was like, no, Mom, you don't understand. Like, all the people that want to kill me live right here in the United States. Okay? Like, I'll be fine in Pakistan. Matter of fact, if I ever had to flee the United States, that's where I would go. Right? I would escape the United States. I'd go underground. I'd go to Pakistan. I would go to a city called Abbottabad. Because apparently you can hide there for years and years and no one ever finds you. those of you. I see people explaining it to their neighbors at the table. It's like, that's bin Laden. That's where he was supposedly. He was in Abbottabad. That's where he was. He was the only 6'10" guy in Abbottabad, and nobody noticed. Oh man. I made a mistake though. I told that joke in Islamabad. I was at the Islamabad club on stage. I thought I was cute, Gora, monkey boy, whatever. And I told that joke, and this woman in the audience got real mad. She stood up in the middle of the show without her husband's permission. It was very upset. Run Marie, yeah, run Marie. And just let him, whatever. She stood up and she said, "Excuse me, I'm from there." I was like, "Really, you're from Abbottabad?" And she said, "Yeah, and it's not pronounced Abbottabad." I was like, "Well, how do you say it?" And she was like, "Abbottabad, right?" And I said, "Oh, that's why we couldn't find him. That makes sense." Right? Like, you know, for years, George W. Bush was like, "We gotta go to Abbottabad." Hey, he's probably there. I know where he is. He is in Abbottabad. The CIA's like, "What is he saying? Abbottabad? What is that?" Forget it. Let's just go to Iraq. That's how it happened. That's how it happened. That's how it happened. Oh, man. To be honest, though, I was a little nervous about going to Pakistan because first time I went, Nawaz Sharif was still the prime minister. Okay. And a rumor got started in Pakistan. It was like a month before I left, or was supposed to leave. A rumor got started that I am Imran Khan's son. And I'm not making this up. Okay? If you follow me on social media, you know this whole saga. Basically, when Imran Khan was first running for office, his ex-wife, Rayhan Khan, she released a book, and in the book alleged that he had a love child in the West. And I was just trying to be funny on social media, and I said, that was our secret. I told you that in confidence, okay? And I thought it was funny. I thought it was a funny thing for me to do, whatever. I go to sleep, okay? I go to sleep, and you guys know how it is, right? While you're asleep, Pakistan is having a full day. They are doing stuff. They are in the future. And when you wake up, they want to tell you about the future, about everything that's happened that day. So I wake up, right? Pakistan's already had a full day of news, and I go on, and I hundreds of text messages from people, from Pakistanis, mostly taking pictures of the TVs in their houses, because my face is on there, and they have video, it's like ARY, Geo, Hum News, and I can't understand a word of it. They're just like blah, 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 American comedian Jeremy McClellan, Imran Khan Beta, and I'm like, no. And it's true, this is true. Like a week later, it's a week before I'm supposed to go to Pakistan for the first time. I'm already sold out the tour and everything. I get a phone call, my visa has been declined. And I'm like, no, what? Okay. It's gotta be. Okay. So I get on a flight. I go to Washington, D.C., I meet with my friend Sultan, we get on the phone, we call everybody that he knows in Pakistan, all right? Somehow, we get like phone numbers and writing them down or whatever. Somehow on WhatsApp, it's like 3 a.m. like American time, we get a hold of Nawaz Sharif's secretary, okay? It's morning time, I'm supposed to leave for Pakistan that day. They say, go to the embassy right now. I go to the embassy, I give my passport, they give me a visa, and I get on a flight and I go to Pakistan, right? Barely made it, it would have been a huge disaster. And this is true, ladies and gentlemen. On the flight to Pakistan, Nawaz Sharif was removed from office. And so if you stop and think about it, Nawaz Sharif, his last act of corruption Sundi, and like, what's going on with the harvests and stuff? And I'm like, oh, okay, that's weird. Oh man, I love it though. I love it. But yeah, I am trying to learn more Urdu. Mostly because like when I do go to Pakistan, I have a translator who I don't even know where he comes from. It's totally ISI. It's definitely like somebody they got just to like follow me around, basically. Like, but it's just this guy shows up at the airport. He's like, I am your translator, and I'm like, fine. And so he just follows me everywhere. And I don't know Urdu that well, but I don't trust him. I do not trust his translations, okay? Because, you know, like y'all using different languages and stuff, like people will come up to me speaking very fast. I don't know what they're saying, but they're like blah 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 kidnapping blah 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 blah. And the guy is like, he said, welcome to our beautiful country. And I'm like, no he didn't. No he did not. He said something, there was kidnapping in there or something. I don't know what the rest of it was, but kidnapping. Kidnapping is an Urdu word that means handsome man. I'm like, liar, you're lying to me. You are lying to me. You're lying to me. It's cool though, if any of you don't speak Urdu and you want to go to Pakistan, just go. Just go. Because you do not actually need to know Urdu to speak to people in Pakistan. All you need to know how to do is speak English with a Pakistani accent. That's it. That's it. Because I'm there and I'm like, where's the bathroom? And they're like, what? And I'm like, where's the bathroom? I'm like, what? And I'm like, that is the bathroom. And they're like, oh yeah, it's over there. And I'm like, oh, okay. Is that all Urdu is? Is this a Pakistani accent? This is amazing. This is great. So, So anyway, got home and every time I go to Pakistan, well, first of all, my kids think that anytime I am with Pakistanis, that is Pakistan. Like my kids think I'm in Pakistan right now, just because there's Pakistanis. Like we go like to like we have neighbors that are good friends of ours who have a Pakistani restaurant. We will go over to their house to try new foods. Really awesome. We will go there, and my kids will tell their teachers that we just got back from Pakistan. I'm like, fine, totally fine. Just say that. It's cool. So yeah, I have two kids. I have two kids, Jewel and Johnny. Like I said, they'll change them later. You know, mashallah, alhamdulillah, right? That's their names. And they're great. I love them so much. We have started to worry that my kids might be Muslim. Okay? And not in the way that you guys are like every baby's Muslim, which I know what you mean by that. I know about the fitra and everything, but as a Catholic, it's very aggressive when you say that. Very aggressive. I'm like, these are my kids. They're both Catholic. No, they're not. They're Muslim. You just don't know yet. Ooh. Okay, all right. Nope. They've been baptized. Didn't work. Can't wash off the fitra. You can't. I'm like, okay, relax. No. That is not what I mean. I don't mean that. I mean there have been some signs that my kids might be Muslim, okay? Number one, both born first day of Ramadan. That's true? Okay, yep, mashallah, yep. And they were both late. Very important, okay? Both late. It's like 2 weeks past their due date. I'm like, they're on Muslim time. This is Okay, Muslim time, that's a real thing, okay? But it's not just that you're late for everything, all right? It's the extremes. Muslim time is the extremes of your attitude towards time. And I don't think you notice this. I don't think you know this. Because, okay, like I'll be like, okay, Fazana, what time am I performing tonight? And she told me you will be going on at some point between 7 p.m. and 9 a.m. Next Tuesday. I'm like, oh, okay. Pretty wide. Okay, interesting. Okay, might just have to hang out all the time. Cool. Okay, right? Time is an illusion. Doesn't matter. Whatever. And then I'll ask like, what time is Maghrib? And y'all are like 8:27. I'm like, so like 8:30? No. So at 8:30 you gotta do extra prayers at the end. No, you don't want to do that. It's 8:27 exactly. Okay, what time should I be at the wedding? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If you show up on time, you're just there with a bunch of white people in a corner. No one else is there. Time is an illusion. It doesn't matter. It's the extremes. Like, you are on time for no one except God. That's it. It's it. Only God gets to, you're on time. Okay? And that's true of a lot of things with you guys. It's not just time, it's also straight lines. Being able to get into a line that is straight. That is a practice that you are very good at for God. And that's it. Right? They ask for food and it's just